So, guys, welcome back to Beyond Bounce. We got Ben Hopkins on here. This is our first guest over 6 feet, way over. You're 6'5", right?
Yeah, like six
Yeah,
five and a
six
half.
six
So
five 6'5.5". Damn, you had to add that freaking half for there, bro.
every centimeter counts.
It does at that point, bro. Um, but yeah, man, you guys know me. You guys know Darshil. Ben, let's talk about you for a bit. Let them know your stats. I'll give you a quick list that you're not limited to: your vertical, your lifts, age, height, where you're from, and some of your best dunks.
Standing reach
Okay,
too.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's important.
standing
Yeah.
reach. Okay, yeah. So as Juan said, 6'5.5", standing reach of 8'5.5" without shoes. I have a 43-inch vertical, and hoping to test a bit higher than that soon because I think I can beat that. Um, with lifts, I think I've got a 435 squat, a
Solid,
505 deadlift, and a
solid,
265. It's 265 or 275 power clean. Can't remember which one it is, but
solid.
it's around that ballpark, yeah. And then a 260 max bench because I don't know
Solid.
why
Yeah,
not. Why not? I've never benched, but
dude,
that's something
solid.
there. Yeah.
Solid as
So
fuck.
what was the other thing?
So the other
Dunks.
two, yeah, okay. So the other three are gonna be age, where you're from, and your dunks.
Okay, yeah. 23-year-old pro dunker from North Carolina, and then sorry, the last one.
Your dunks.
Dunks, yeah. So Jarrett's is probably the signature one that
Yes,
most
sir.
people recognize me for. Tamal and under both, I really like doing. Uh, I hate behind the back. You'll know me as like the biggest behind the back hater of all time.
I know you have
Um,
something like with your shoulder, like you mentioned, like with scorpions. Is it like has something to do with that?
yeah, scorpions I really hate too, but for a different reason behind the back. You're right with the shoulder thing and scorpions being bad,
Okay.
but it's not as big of a problem with behind the back. I just that just annoys me.
I
To be
see.
honest, it's just kind of hard. It's just a hard one for me for some reason. But
I see. I
but
see,
yeah,
man.
so
Let me ask you, because I know with the dunks that you mentioned, with literally J Rich, Tamala, and you're off 1 foot, and you're 1 foot right-handed
I'm
or 1 foot
ambidextrous.
left-handed. Oh yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
left-handed. You're
Yeah.
left-handed. Yeah.
Yeah, left-handed, but I can do both.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So okay, so like I see the technique that you do. You kind of like you go up and then you kind of go here and then you do whatever dunk it is, whether it's one of those three under both. Tell me about that real quick, like how you got into doing that.
yeah, so it was actually when Jordan Kilgannon, my coach, was down visiting North Carolina, and we were just like hanging around the living room one night, just talking about dunks or whatever, brainstorming stuff, and he's like, "Oh, you should try that." So it was actually his
Okay,
idea in
I
the
see.
first place because before that I was just going always off the dribble and I would swing it to my opposite hip and then like go up and he's like just do that but like with the cuff since you like cuffing and I'm like yeah I can try it and then I really liked it so I just kept doing it and now it's kind of like my go-to for everything so
Yeah, from what I've seen, it looks like it fits. So like, yeah, it's pretty good that you're doing that. So yeah, with all that being said, let's do a brief overview of your like upbringing. So I know there's things with like you grew up playing baseball. You met Travis when you were young, getting into dunking. You had a bit of like of a weight loss journey. Just give us a brief overview of kind of all that.
yeah so as you said Travis and I are like childhood friends and we would just go and try and touch the rim after school like every day at our YMCA that we still dunk at
Sick.
now. It's the same exact YMCA. We have videos from like a decade ago of us like touching the backboard and then we have videos from a week ago of us doing like an under both on the exact same hoop.
Dude,
So
that's
it's
sick.
like it's pretty cool. So we've just always been on that hoop. I kind of got out of dunking during the pandemic and I went to college. I have a degree in sustainable material and like technology, like a bachelor's of science. So that was what I was up to. But towards the tail end of getting my degree, like 2022, 2023, Travis got me back into the sport, and that's when I got really into it and hopped on Jumpmaster, and I went from like windmilling in that like December 2022 to where I'm at now. So
Sick.
very
Perfect.
recently, I got very back into it.
Nice, dude. Sick. And then, so with that being said, you recently also did have the dunk camp contest. Give us a brief overview about that, about like the injury, and real quick, shout out to Paco. I watched that podcast and he passed through that FIBA ball on that last jump, for the
Yeah,
standing jump. Shout out to Paco for that shit. That's some shit he would do. So,
that was super clutch.
yeah, yeah, man.
No,
Tom,
I
that's
love that ball
crazy.
too. I tell him that every time the ball is mentioned. I'm like, that's like my favorite ball I've ever
Dude,
touched.
when I heard that, I heard you mention that, I got so hyped, dude. I was like, wait, Paco helped him out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I had no idea where my ball was at that point. I'm just like, where the heck?
And it's like Paco was like, here, take this.
Yeah, I felt like he passed me some of his energy through the ball too.
That's sick. Some Kevin Durant shit. You seen that one movie with I forgot what the name of it was, where Kevin Durant and this other kid like they switch powers, and then Kevin Durant was ass at
Oh,
basketball.
Yeah, I know what you're.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know
I
the
know
movie
what you're
name,
talking
but I know
about.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Paco gave you some
same.
of that,
I think he did.
some of that Hong Kong energy. But yeah, with that being said, you had the injury, and then you obviously getting into FIBA and then recovering for FIBA. Give us like the kind of brief overview of obviously like how the dunk contest at dunk camp went, and then kind of the process after leading into FIBA.
Yeah, so the dunk camp contest, I came into dunk camp feeling okay. Like I knew my knee wasn't perfect, but then I jumped a lot Monday because the adrenaline was going. I was feeling myself. I hit like a crazy tamala, a crazy underbow. I'm just like, I can just hit everything. Let's do it. And my knee felt like fine, but adrenaline masks pain really, really well. So the next day I was like, I'm screwed. Wait, am I allowed to swear on here?
Like I don't care. We don't
Okay.
care.
I mean,
I
honestly,
was
yeah.
like, okay, yeah, because I was just like, I'm fucked. I I was like limping around with like a 5. I'm like, oh, dude, this is horrible. But so like I missed out on pretty much everything. I sat out of like the 3-on-2, 2-on-1, which I was like so sad because that always looks super fun every year. And I was just like, so I kind of missed out on a whole lot, but just recovered as much as I can. And then going into the contest, it was like pretty rough going in. I thought I might be able to squeak it out, but then I kind of had a few unfortunate misses, and the pain kind of kept stacking up, and eventually I was just like fighting for my life, just trying to like do the last dunk of finals. I was like, I got forced into doing an off vert dunk instead of my usual 1 foot, and it hurt so bad. Like I think if I did a 1 foot attempt on that like last jump, it probably would have like tore something, because the fact that the off vert hurt that bad when it was just off vert is like kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, you barely
But
got out of that.
yeah, and the thing is, I made that first try. Like, who knows if I could have done another like off vert jump too. So
Yeah, and you won by a lot, right?
yeah, apparently I won by a lot. Yeah, the off vert 180 multiplier for that windmill actually scored really high. So
Interesting.
yeah, which I didn't even know at the time. I'm just like, I don't know. I've been looking at the ceiling. I don't know what other people have made. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
do
yeah,
what
yeah.
the best dunk I can do is, and people were telling me it was overkill, and I'm like, went in, I guess.
Yeah, I can imagine because like I've never like obviously I haven't like I'm not at that level yet, but like that I can imagine like the kind of like the zoned in on like making sure that you're all right and stuff, and you're like especially like you just mentioned staring at the ceiling. I can imagine how like tunnel visioned you are, especially like with like people coming up to you and talking to you and stuff trying to help you out. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to win that one. That one's really good. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, yeah. So now yeah, let us know. So how was like the recovery process after that going into the FIBA contest?
It was not perfect, unfortunately, because it's still a relatively new injury to me.
By the way, this
So-
is tendon related, right?
Yes, this was
Okay.
like patellar tendinopathy.
Okay.
It's the proximal, the one that's like right below the kneecap.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
What's the
about.
other one? The lateral? Is that the other one? The
Uh,
one
I
that's like
think it's
more
like-
the top of the shin bone.
Top of the shin bone.
I forget the scientific name for it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the proximal under the kneecap, top of the patellar tendon. Jump.
okay.
The one
Okay.
that's a little less annoying.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, so I was dealing with that. It was kind of a new injury for me, and I played it way too safe, I think. So I would have like my recovery process was pretty slow over the next few weeks because I was really scared to overdo it, and then I would accidentally overdo it once or twice, and it would be enough to set me back like a week because I was going so slow. And overall, it was not like, it wasn't a good recovery, I would say, but it was still getting better, right? Like it
Okay.
still did get a lot better. But now that I'm properly rehabbing now, I've like made probably 4 weeks of progress from that recovery in like a week and a half because I'm
Sick.
doing everything better. But I did have enough time between dunk camp and FIBA to at least get to a point where I was able to jump with relatively little pain. So it
Perfect.
wasn't perfect, but it did get me there, luckily.
Yeah, nice. Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, you were still able to do it. So, there's some stuff that I don't know about the FIBA contest because, like, I wish I could have watched it, but I'm usually pretty busy. So, there's a few things. So, before we kind of get into like how the contest went, what was like your mindset going into it?
Yeah, for so far from all the events that I've done, what every like second leading up to the event is like horrible. I hate the like pressure leading up to it, and it just gets worse as you get closer to the event. And then it's like once you're in it, it's just way better, and you can kind of just laser in on the actual like do the dunk, laser focus kind of thing. But the leading into it, I'm always like, this is horrible.
That is
Like,
funny because that is basically exactly what Dylan Haugen said. When we talked to him, that is exactly what he said. Like he was telling himself, he was literally just like, oh, I'm just gonna miss. Like that's what he said, and then like he gets into it, and it's like, all right, you're in the moment. Just think about the reps, think about doing the dunks and stuff. So yeah, and you said yeah, so you said your knee was feeling pretty much like good enough going into the contest. Um,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So then let's see. Oh, I put the same thing. Um, okay. Tell us who was in that contest. Like, who were you competing against? I know one of them was Fenati, right?
Yep.
Okay. Who else?
Be rough.
Bira. Oh yeah, Brent. Yeah. So okay, it was
Yeah.
just you three guys.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. 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 All right. So tell us about your kind of process going into that dunk contest, and like kind of like your general plan and stuff.
Yeah, so I always try to make my plans like very strategic, I guess. Like I always have my main dunks that I go for, like my best ones that I think I can always hit. And then I have like, oh, if people miss, I'll do these dunks instead. So this is actually I just uploaded a YouTube video today talking about it. This is perfect.
Oh, awesome, dude! I'll put that in the
So
description. I need to watch that too.
yeah, that'd be cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so leading in, my plan was round one, J Rich, Tamala under both. And then it's like, but those are like really high scoring dunks. So if someone misses or gets injured, which is foreshadowing, but if that happens, then I can just do simpler dunks and save my Tamala and under both for the finals. So I had like a windmill and like a reverse pump planned if I just needed like an easy dunk that just scores anything. And then if everyone was making the dunks and the competition was really good for the finals, I had tomahawk windmill and tomahawk double elbow planned. So that was like my full list, and then I had like two safe dunks, which I know
Okay.
now I should probably make a list of like 3 or 4 safe dunks. But
Nice.
yeah, so that was kind of my plan going into it, which helps with the confidence a bit because I get so like nervous beforehand. Whenever I have the plan, I feel way better because it's just like, all right, yeah, I've done a J Rich like 200 times in my life, and I've thrown up probably hundreds of more attempts. So it's like I just feel good knowing I can go in and do a J Rich and like, all right, cool, no panicking. That's what I do.
Sick. Sick, man. So now with that being said, take us through the contest. Take us through the whole thing.
Yeah, so first off, we had like 45 minutes. There are 2 courts at FIBA. There's like one for the main stream in the game, and there's one off to the side for like the next teams who are playing or the dunkers, if that's like the next event or
Okay.
whatever's going on. So we had like, I think we were scheduled 30 minutes, but we got like 45 because we just got there early. And so warm-ups went pretty well for me. I'd probably like my best cuff windmill ever. Like at the tail end of the warm-ups, I punched it and it bounced off the ground and then went off frame, like off the top of the camera.
Oh yeah. That's,
It
that's a
just went
punch right there. Yes, sir.
yeah, I was just like straight down. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm jumping good today. This is good.
Sick.
And then the refs came over like 5, 10 minutes before the contest started, ran us through the rules. And they're like 90-second time limit or 3 attempts, whichever happens first. They're like Finn goes first, then me, then B Rough. And then it's just top 2 dunkers, first 3 rounds go to the finals. And just kind of general dunk contest rule stuff. So I'm kind of ready. Finn goes out first. I watch him do his dunk over Jordan. I'm just like, all right, yeah, just going to stick to my J-Rich, just a solid opener, you know. No, it scored like a 29, I think. It was like 1 off from a perfect score. So
Okay.
So that was pretty good. And then B-Ruff does a double up reverse. So everyone makes their dunks in round 1. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And I was planning on doing Tamala, but round 2 is when Finn gets hurt. So
what was
He's been.
yeah,
What's
well,
up? Go ahead, Darshil.
yeah, first, what was his, I guess, the dunk that he was trying to attempt when he got hurt, I guess?
it
Or was it
Ziani windmill?
Ziani windmill? But
Yeah,
no,
that's the one he was going for.
Wasn't he dealing with tendon issues as well?
yeah,
Yeah, he basically just
Yeah.
my knee, but worse because he did the dunk camp stuff and got hurt. He didn't get hurt as bad as I did, but then he also had an event in Seattle like 2 weeks later. So like he hurt himself again while I just kind of got to heal for longer. So his knee was actually in worse shape than mine going into FIBA. So
Okay. I see what you're saying.
yeah, and he took a lot of painkillers beforehand too. So
Yeah.
So that's even more masking.
yeah, but he's recovering really quick. He's very
That's
good
good.
at rehabbing his knee. A lot better than I am, I think, because he's already doing like 1 plate body weight. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. 1 plate squats, and I'm like, dang, I was like just doing that, and his knee was way worse than mine. I'm like, how'd you heal so fast?
Yeah, glad to hear he's doing better because that can be pretty bad. But
Yeah, that was scary. I was very worried because knowing Finn, he will push it to like the end.
That's what I've seen. Like I've seen like him like talking about his knee like a few months ago, and I was like, dang, like this guy really pushes himself. And I see his notes on Instagram too. He'll be saying like, oh, still not satisfied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, me and him are kind of like complete opposites personality wise, except for the fact we both love to dunk. But I always play things really safe, and he always like kind of pushes it, and both kind of result in their own consequences, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting actually.
Yeah, because we're on the same coaching.
Yeah, that is true. So we were at the point. So you mentioned that this is when he got injured, and then so what happened kind of during that?
Yeah, so Birif and I are like, well, we just need to make dunks. So I used my 2 only like safe dunks that I had planned just to go to the finals. I'm like, all right, I'll Tamala under both in the finals, and so all of that kind of goes fine. There's a couple like hate comments in the stream like, high schoolers could do better. I'm like, yeah, we're doing basic dunks. I mean,
like what?
I'm just like, okay.
Was that like in response to yours or to B-Ruff's dunk?
To the whole contest.
The whole contest.
Yeah,
I'm like, what high school is doing a Tamala?
I don't know, man. Unless you get that one guy, that's that 1'6'4" dude that's like has a 15-inch vert, like or not. I don't know if that's confirmed, but like
a high vert. Yeah.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The black kid, man.
I don't remember his name.
Billy's video.
No, I don't know.
Was he on Billy's video? Billy filmed a crazy high
Billy.
schooler
Billy
recently.
he did film him. Yeah.
Okay.
Billy did.
I
film
know
him.
who you're talking about.
Yeah, the one with I think he has dreads.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't remember his name.
But it's like
I don't know his name either, but maybe if you get him, but that's like 1 in a fucking millions. So it's crazy, dude. What were you saying, Darshil?
no, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, so you mentioned that they were hating.
Yeah, I'm just like, sorry, dude. I'm playing for $4,000 here. I don't need to go and make a stupid mistake just to make you happy.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, look, dude, I promise I had a crazy list planned. All right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, dude. They always got something to say, man. It's hilarious.
No, yeah. Hate doesn't really bother me anymore. I've had to deal with enough of that anyway. It's just kind of funny.
Darshil has his own experience with that.
I can
He has
relate.
some of his videos. Yeah.
It
But,
never leaves. No matter how good you get, it'll never be enough for that random dude on the couch.
yeah. They just never
Yeah.
seen you before, and they're like, "Oh, I guess
Like, gosh, I could do that back in '76
dude."
on a 10-4
Oh,
rim.
oh,
Oh man.
you jump high, but your hang time it's low.
Yeah, I'm
dude.
like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all, dude. Oh my god. All right, but
But we're
but
going
yeah,
to yeah, we're going to actually no. What I was curious. What did I guess B Ruff do as his one of his dunks, if you
He
remember?
did, I, yeah, he did a lob windmill, just like a self lob windmill, and then he did a two-hand reverse handoff from the commissioner of FIBA. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah, he was a high up. I
wow.
think he was the commissioner. I apologize if I got that wrong, but he was like a high up FIBA official.
I see.
And so yeah, so those scored pretty well. And then, but yeah, I just did a windmill and a reverse pump because I don't know, those are fun.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fun. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so we go to finals and is when kind of I like start making my mistake. I didn't get like nervous, but the first round of finals I missed my tamala because I'm just jumping like 6 inches lower than I should be. Because what had happened was there was like no intermission time between the first round and the final round, and I think I was
Oh.
expecting that to happen. Because before this, my only dunk contest experience was from dunk camp contests, and they always take like 10 minutes to count the scores. And like by the time the final or the first round ended, they're like, "All right, Ben, here we go." I was like, "Wait, what?" So I was kind of
It's
caught
like,
off guard.
it's
Complete
like,
opposites.
like the scoring, right? It's super basic with FIBA because it still goes off like
Yeah,
the older kind of way of doing
Yeah,
it
yeah.
instead of
Just
like
right.
the
It's
WTA
10,
stuff.
5. Yeah.
right. They don't have to calculate anything except they have to add three numbers together. So
Yeah.
it's like a lot faster that way. And so they have a schedule to follow. So it was just really quick. So, and then the dunk camp ones, I was waiting around for like 10 minutes because they're like calculating everything and then doing all that stuff. So I got thrown in, and then they have like a big clock on the hoop for like your time to dunk. And all of a sudden, I'm just standing there, kind of like taking a breather, and it's just like I see it start ticking down. I'm like, oh,
Bro,
fuck.
that
Oh,
would
are you
get that,
for real?
bro. There's like two ways that I'd probably, if I was in that position, I'd probably like either A, I would go monkey mode, which Juan knows a lot about, or I would just get super
Yep.
anxious and just like still go monkey mode, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt
Dude,
like
that
I
also
would.
reminds me of on dunk camp when they said that like you were like you mentioned how you were like so zoned in and then like someone told you after they announced it someone told you like, oh, you got like 50 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So luckily, I was just doing an easier dunk that time, and the pain was as much as it hurt. It was a good way to get me in the moment. Like I will say that's the silver lining. It's like I feel the pain, and it kind of is like, okay, we're here now. Like we got to do this thing, right? It's kind of forcing you to like be present minded in a way.
Yes.
But I wasn't hurting that bad. Like I had a little bit of pain, but it was like nothing significant at FIBA. So they're like going, and I was just sitting there like, okay. I was like, wait, after Tamala, hold on. And then this is kind of like because I had the whole preconceived plan of like. Actually, wait. Jordan asked me not to say that. Never mind. But I had to do something beforehand, and I was thinking about that before I went up for the Tamala. So it was like I was thinking about that and not really doing it. Like I just kind of wasn't locked in. So I ended up jumping way lower, and I like got rim stuffed on Tamala, and I'm like, this is pissing me off. And then I was like, okay, what are my safe dunks? I'm like, wait, I did them already. So I was like,
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
see what
so
you're saying.
I see what you
yes,
mean now that you wanted to have at least a little more in terms of what was in your bag. That makes sense.
yeah. So I was like, what do I do? And I was just like, well, I did a right hand windmill. I can do just a left hand windmill. It was just like such a low jump. Like I was so focused on just not. I don't know. I wasn't even focused. I was just like panicking, right? So I do the left hand windmill and it goes in because just pure muscle memory. But no intent behind the jump. It was really low. I got an okay score still somehow. I got like all eights, which I would have given myself like five, but but I got eights, so I was like, all right, whatever. And then and after that, I was kind of able to like gather myself a bit more because I had a moment to like take a breather. And I was like, okay, well, all I can do now is just hit the best dunk possible, right? And I was like, okay, me missing the Tamala, they kind of know what they're looking at. I felt like the people want to see it go down because it was like, it's a cool looking dunk. Like, I feel like Tamalas are pretty rare. So,
Yeah.
so I was like, okay. So Birif does a double up East Bay and gets a perfect score. So I'm like, yeah, okay. No room to do anything like easy. So I'm just like, let's do the Tamala. I'm locked back in first try. It's like, I punched the crap out of that thing.
So,
I was probably like top 2 Tamalas for me. Maybe the one at Dunk Camp Monday session was better, but I punched that one really hard. I jumped really high on that. So I was like, okay, well, that pisses me off, but you know, at least I got to like show the world, like, hey, you know, I can do it when I'm not in a horrible state of mind.
that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I do end up getting the perfect score on that. But Biruf does a double up reverse, like over my head, like a double up reverse, and he gets above a 24. So he does take the W in the end.
Wait, how tall is B-Ruff?
He's over 6 feet. I'm trying to remember how tall he is exactly.
I think he's 6'1".
6'1"?
Yeah, I know he's not that much taller. Hold on, I've got a spreadsheet for this.
Oh,
mean, I can-
yeah, you do have that spreadsheet.
Oh, shit, you have a...
Yeah, you don't know about a spreadsheet?
I
He's 6
don't.
foot flat.
Oh, dude, you need to fill out your stats in there, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You should send it to him after this, so you can fill out the stats.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, he's 6 foot flat, self-reported.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right. Nice. Sick.
I see.
But yeah, man. I mean, with that all being said, how did you feel after all that?
Yeah, I was obviously disappointed because I knew I could do better. I had a list of like 5 really cool dunks that I'm like very proud of planned, and I ended up only doing 2, and one of them took me 2 rounds to hit. So I was like a little sad and disappointed that I knew I had like more to show on such a big stage, and I'm a little bit regretful that I didn't do that. But I still feel like I did good. Like, I wouldn't say I had a bad performance. Like, I made a mistake. I'm human first. New environment completely. So it's like, I can't be too hard on myself. But obviously there's a little bit of room that's like, yes, it could have been better.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my head was at. And then literally like the second I checked my phone, FIBA had already posted my dunk. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. I definitely had the best dunk of the contest. So like that's a cool feeling to have. And so yeah, I'm trying to look at the positives. A little disappointment, a little bit like, yeah, okay. I did.
Yeah,
all right.
no, for sure, man. And that's where you learn, man. It's like, especially put in a new environment like that, I can imagine like it's one of the biggest dunk contests. It's like that shit's like, it's already, I would say, like impressive enough to like be there, you know. It's like to have the level of skill to, you know, be put on that stage. So, you know, it's just about like what you learn and how you move forward now. So yeah, man, like congratulations on that. But
Thank you.
now we'll move forward onto the I'm Davis, because again, like we we mentioned this before, but it seemed pretty random, at least to me. Like how it happened. So like
no,
take us through that.
Like I think the funniest thing is, right, is that one day I was just seeing you know Donnie Bune, right?
Donnie, yes. Is it the spelling that's ONNIE?
Yeah. Basically
Okay, yeah.
I was just at work on that day, right? I think I think I was at work, right? And I just looked at Donnie's story. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Wait, why is Ben and Travis just randomly there? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you see Ben jumping over a bear, and then you just see Travis sitting behind the back, which he hits probably every time, and then they're just like, oh my goodness, and then Falcon's on the floor with the guy's head there, and they're just all like, that was so weird, dude. Yeah, take us through like first off like how that like even came to be a thing, and then like kind of going there, like take us through that.
Yeah, so that was super random. First, I would like to say FIBA did not kill my knee too bad. So
That's
that was
good,
the
yeah.
only reason I got to do this. So I was a
Sick.
little bit scared, except like I thought about not even going because I was like, it was so fresh after FIBA that I'm like, I'm like, I feel like this is a bad idea. But then I was like, if I don't go, I'm gonna regret it for the rest of my life. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go. It's like a 3.5 hour, 4 hour drive. Like, if I can't jump, so be it. I'll be there with Travis. I can cheer him on, whatever. So I decided to go because, like actually, I should take a step back. The whole reason we even found out about this is because Billy texted us. Mr. Billy Duckademics texted me and Travis. And he texted Travis first, and then Travis immediately fired a text at me like, yo, want to dunk at an NBA stadium? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, what do you mean? What? And that's when I get the text from Billy at the same time. It's like, hey, there's a streamer wants to host a dunk contest at Atlanta Hawks. You guys are kind of nearby. We're like, yeah. Like, he's obviously like, yeah, in a heartbeat. And then, of course, I was talking about being a little hesitant, but I decided to go anyway. So we head down there. We bring Bishop with us. If you know Bishop, he's a newer NC guy. He did the black band on 9/11.4.
Yeah.
He may have been someone I've seen before, just don't know him by name.
Takeoff Cinco is his at. Maybe you
Oh,
recognize
okay,
that.
yeah, Takeoff
Yeah.
Sync. Okay, I know who that
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Yeah, so he's in our area, NC, VA, SC. He's kind of like everywhere. I think he just moved to VA. So, yeah, so we bring him with us, but because he's like on a collegiate team, he couldn't actually like compete in the contest. That's why there's like clips of him, but not like he's not actually in the contest. He's planning on being in it, but there's some problems and he couldn't actually compete. So, yeah, so that all happened, and then it ended up just being me, Travis, and Ty, I think was his name, the third competitor. I'll call him a Chicago guy because I really don't want to get his name wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Ty. But anyway,
Which
so it's just us three.
wait, which
competing.
tie is it? There's like tons of ties that in his freaking community.
Dude,
I feel like.
I don't know his at. I just know he's from Chicago.
How tall is he? That's
He wasn't short. He was like probably a little shorter than Travis, I'd say. It's hard for me to tell heights, to be honest.
shit.
So
All right. That's all good.
I think he's
Yeah.
around like 6 foot. Yeah, sorry. So
I feel like that's like the opposite for me. It's like I think it's because you're really tall, so like you're more or less looking down on people most of the time. I'm looking up at people. I usually can tell heights pretty well.
yeah,
Man.
see, it's tall people
I
are
have it the worst.
notoriously bad at telling the height of anything.
Interesting. That's actually very interesting to know. But yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just us three at the contest, and when we're getting into the stadium, our names actually weren't on the list, which was funny. So we did half of our warm-up in a parking lot at 11 o'clock at night. Because it was a 24-hour stream, they did the contest at like the start, right before it got like way too late.
Oh,
So
okay.
the contest was scheduled to start at 11. I think it ended up starting at like 11:20-ish.
This is at night, PM?
Yes, PM.
Oh.
Yeah, so my excuse for jumping low is because of that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Half the warm-up was in a parking lot. I'm trying to do an ISO on like a wall, and it's super dusty and gross. I'm just like, dude, I can't go in looking like I'm covered in like dirt in front of like thousands of people. So I'm like just so kind of like confused by everything, and I'm like, I hope we get in. Because the security guard obviously has to be strict. It's like, yo, NBA, you're not on the list. So
Yeah.
Davis ends up getting his manager to get another guy out. We wait a while. Eventually we get in,
okay.
go through security. We start warming up. And then we've only warmed up for like 10, 15 minutes on the court. So Travis is doing like 30% effort jumps. I'm a little bit further ahead. I'm doing like 60% effort jumps. And they're like, all right, come introduce yourselves, guys. We're starting the contest. We're like, oh. We look at each other like, bro, we're so not ready. We are so not ready for this. But it's like, it's late at night. We're like still kind of cold. We're like, oh my God. So he calls all the dunkers over. They introduce themselves, do the whole the whole stream thing. They explain the rules, and then they're like, "All right, Travis, you're going first." And then Travis just looks at me. He's like, "Nah, he's going first." They're like, "Ben, you're going first." I was like, "You fucking dick." I was like, "You asshole." And Travis was like, "Yeah, if you tried to make me do a max effort jump right now, I'd tear my legs in half." And I'm like, "Bro, my knee is fried." But I was just like, okay. And then they start counting me down. They like just started the time. I'm just
Bro,
like, oh my God.
what?
Damn.
And I'm just like, dude, are you serious? I just have to go. And then I go, and I do a J-Rich. I make it with like a 70% effort jump. I like push it down. I had like no room on this thing.
Oh my!
And it went down. They start freaking out like, no, I will give them credit. They hyped up the no warm up thing. They were like, he did it with no warm up. This guy's crazy. So I was like, okay, fine. That's. I was like, you know what? If you're gonna make me jump before I'm fully warm, thank you for doing that.
Oh my god, what a sequence! That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, fucking sure. Thank God I've done that dunk like a million times.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't even remember what dunk Travis did. I think he did a self-bounce windmill or something. That sounds right.
Yeah, it does sound
And
That sounds like Travis.
yeah, that sounds like a dunk he would do when he's not warmed up. So he does that, and then Chicago guy goes third, and it's clear that like he had bounce, but he just kind of wasn't on me and Travis's level. He was like struggling to do like windmills and whatnot. So, and then this, I think he was the streamer's buddy, because they were just bullying him into the dirt. They were like, "You fucking suck." And I was like, damn. So I think they were just friends. And then he was like, "I used to be able to do between the legs and stuff," which he can do. I saw videos. Like he is very athletic, but I guess it's just been a while. He's rusty. It's like of midnight. Like I'm sure he's a great athlete, but he just was not able to perform.
Yeah.
So just kind of me.
Did
and
he get to warm
Travis.
up?
I think so. He was in there before us. So
Oh, okay. So he probably did.
I would hope so. Yeah. But yeah, so it's like the content, and this is when Travis and I realized this contest is just for like shits and giggles. We're just like we kind of knew going into it, but we weren't for sure no. But we're like, okay, this is like content, just get hype, get reactions, kind of whatever.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as we knew, there was like nothing at stake. There's no like prize or anything to compete for. It was just just
entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment, literally. So so it's like second round goes by. I don't even remember. I think I did a reverse pump, because I was just like, sure, a good warm up dunk. I jumped low on that. That rim was 10 and a quarter inch, by the way. It was high. It was higher than 10, which really didn't help anybody. So, so I did a reverse pump. Felt bad, and then Travis warms up enough to do the self bounce behind the back.
Oh, yeah.
So like he gets good scores, reactions are going crazy, and it's like, okay. So I try to clip farm a little bit after that. I try to do a Tamala, and I'm just jumping so low. But I had hyped up to Davis and the judges that like, oh, I'm gonna show you guys something you've never seen before. Oh, no. So I tried to clip farm, and the first attempt I'm like, fuck. Oh, no. I'm like, I'm jumping so low. I'm like, I'm not warm enough. And I tried, because there wasn't a limit on attempts, so I was like, okay, I'll just like rush it and get warm. And on the last attempt, I back rim it so hard. I could have made it, but on the last attempt, I back rim it and I missed. And I'm just like, it was so close. I was so sad, but I was like, the risk to reward, I needed to hit a Tamala on an NBA court. Yeah. And I tried after the contest, I still couldn't do it. I was jumping so low. It was not great. But yeah, I missed. So Travis did, I think he did a two-hand reverse psychology. Something.
Two-hand reverse psychology?
Yeah, so he like...
That's the name of the... I haven't heard of that.
You've never... Wait, you've never heard of it?
No? Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
So no, I was asking my cat. But wait. A reverse psycho. Wait, can you tell me
Yeah.
about that? I actually never heard of that.
How would I describe it? So it's kind of like a Ziani, but instead of finishing like looking at it like this, you kind of come around and finish like this.
Oh,
And
so
so
wait, it's
he
kind of like
did it
you
with
go
two
up with a
hands.
Ziani, but then you're like this.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
that's
that was
two
the name
hands.
for it. That's
Yeah,
interesting. Okay, that's good to
yeah.
know. Okay,
Yeah,
you can
I think
continue.
the one hand one is cooler for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But but no, yeah. So he does that, and it's like a good dunk, but obviously it's just kind of like yeah, just a dunk. He obviously had crazier dunks planned that he couldn't do, which I
Yeah.
won't list them online because
Yeah.
I don't know how secretive he wants them to be.
Yeah.
I probably talk too much about my own stuff, but whatever.
Yeah,
So like it's fine. So he does that, and he ended up winning the contest. He got like a cool trophy. I'm like, if I knew I would have got a trophy, I would have done a safer dunk. Damn it!
What was the trophy? What was it?
It was just like a big gold trophy. I was
Oh.
like, I wanted that. I would have done like a Ziani windmill or something just to get a high score.
Dude,
I
he
would-
baited you. He was like, "Yo,
Dude.
he goes first."
No, that ruined me. That bastard. After
no.
2 decades of knowing each other, he does that to me.
No, dude. 2 decades? Wait, you've known him since you were like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
you're talking about childhood. Like,
I'm-
Yeah,
I'm
we were
tiny.
toddlers.
wow. Okay, that's interesting. Wow.
Yeah, you guys go way back.
Damn, dude,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
way
true-
back. Oh my
True
goodness.
day ones.
That is true day one. So only he could do that to you. If somebody
No,
else
yeah.
did that to you, it's like, okay, dude, like what are you doing?
I'd be so pissed, and it would impact the relationship. But
Yeah. Well, yeah, man.
But no, so that was the whole stream was like a ton of fun though. And then after the contest, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this part. So during the contest, the Davis's assistant or like stream manager comes up to me, is like, "Yo, can you do like a prop dunk and dunk over the mascot?" And I was like,
Wait, the mascot?
or not
Falcon?
the mascot, sorry,
The
not
bear.
mascot, the bear, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." So I, for some reason, thought there were 4 rounds to the contest for some reason. So when the contest ended, I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh, I lost. That's fine." Until I saw that
know
trophy, and then I
exactly
was
what
like,
I can imagine that with the trophy on top with that little cherry. It's like, oh, like that.
I was like, "Oh, I didn't know we were competing for that." Then Travis said
Yeah.
he saw it on the table earlier, and I'm like,
Oh,
"You didn't tell me."
bro. Oh my god,
I
dude,
couldn't believe he did that to me.
it's
but-
crazy.
But yeah, so I told him I would do a dunk over the bear for the contest, but then the contest ended, and I was like, oh, oops. So then we're just talking, standing around, and then he comes up to me, he's like, oh, we were told you have like a thing planned with the bear, and I was like, am I still doing that? I'm like, the contest is over. I'm like, I've been cooling down for like 10 minutes, just doing like random one-handers and stuff.
Oh my goodness,
And of course, like, I go along with it. So I was just like, yeah, I think I can jump over your friend here. Because Trey, like, was actually kind of short in the actual suit. So I knew, like, the bear itself was probably like 6'7", 6'6". Like, it was tall. Like, I was looking up to it. Which would, in, like, reality, be very hard for me to clear. And given how late it was and I wasn't jumping good, I was just kind of like, whatever. But because it was like an air thing, I was like, even if I don't clear it, I'm just gonna plow through it. So when they're like, are you gonna jump over this? I just say, this can't stop me. I didn't say I was gonna clear. I'm like, this is easy. I'm just gonna go through it. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, and I'll still get hype either way. I
Like,
bet.
I'll clear the guy. Like, I won't hurt the guy, but I'll definitely get through the inflatable bear.
Yeah.
So we end up doing that whole thing. It gets hyped up. I actually do end up clearing the bear pretty easily. I think I like clip the mouth of it with my back leg, but I like clear it pretty well actually. So I'll take
I'm
it.
pretty sure he didn't even know that if you jumped over him or not, or if you did it.
Yeah, no, he was like, "Did he do it? I can't see shit." And I just started shouting like, "Yeah!" That was a ton of fun. And something I thought was interesting, they actually recognized that I didn't do a push off. I just ran up off the dribble. So they were
Mm-hmm.
like, "No, push off is crazy." I was
Yeah.
That
like, I'm surprised people like
yeah.
noticed that. Like people are actually starting to pick up on, oh, push offs kind of like give you that vertical
Yeah.
boost now.
I
So I'm
think
like, oh shit.
I mean that's partly to do with I think the amount of like push-ups lately that we've seen in like the NBA dunk contest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah, they're
like
getting farmed.
you're starting
I
to
was
see it even in like those kind of settings. So like it makes sense that at least they know a little bit about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I
people are
was gonna
learning.
say, how would you even do a push off? Like, would he have his hands like there? Like, wouldn't the inflatable bear get in the way?
Yeah,
Or
that's
like,
kind of I didn't even think about it because I've never done a push off before. But I guess I would just have the ball on like the dude's neck, which would just
mm,
push down. Like I guess you could do it. It would just I don't know. I feel like that'd be weird. So I'm glad they
Yeah.
picked me to do it. And then I got
mm,
to leave on a high note because I missed the tamales my last dunk. So I got to do that, which was
mm,
nice. But yeah, Davis and those guys were like super cool. Even off camera, they're like big props to them. They're very cool people, very nice, and they gave us pizza afterwards.
oh,
Oh, nice.
They get yeah, they gave
sick.
us a whole box too because we're like we just need it gone.
Yeah,
We're
damn.
like let's go, dude. So I had my first pizza in probably over a year since
Mm,
that point. So I was like, let's go. Well earned
interesting.
pizza.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Sick, dude.
that was super super cool. I like those guys a lot, and they said if they ever need dunkers again, they'll hit us back up.
Mm,
Um, so
interesting.
that should be exciting, and
Nice.
I don't know, it was a lot of fun. So
Yeah. So hopefully he gets to warm up next time.
yeah,
Show him your true potential.
I would love to show them my true potential.
Sorry. But yeah, man. With all that being said, that was all here. That was all super fun to hear. And like throughout all that, you improved like a lot. Like even way before that, like when you started dunking with the guys. So kind of tell us like what like was the biggest contributor to your major improvement in dunking.
Yeah, that's a hard one to answer. I guess I'll give like a half cop out answer because I don't want to name individual people, but I think
Yeah.
surrounding myself with high level and professional dunkers my whole journey has been like everything. Like just to name everyone, it's just like Travis being on Jordan's coaching, Dan Gross, Obi Chamberlain, and like tons of other dunkers who are just happen to be from North Carolina. Travis, childhood friend, happens to be friends with Jordan Kilgannon, links me to him. Like it's just a lot of luck and a lot of obviously I did work hard
Of
for
course, yeah.
everything that I did, but it's like I definitely had a very nice opportunity that I took advantage of. So I'm very grateful for that. But definitely just being around those guys, like I learned how to windmill in one day because Travis and Obi were there, and they're like, "Yeah, this is how you do it." And I was just doing like one handers and two handers at that point. I had like a 32-inch vertical when I was like just kind of like screwing around.
That's sick.
But they just taught me how to windmill, and then they taught me how to J-Rich, and then they taught me how to behind the back, and it was just kind of like just being in that environment. And then I get to see cool dunks, and I'm inspired to get better because I'm like, I want to do that. See, because seeing it in person is just like completely different. Like,
Right.
I want to
Yeah,
see
but
that so.
the because yeah, that's yeah, seeing like because I've had that kind of benefit to see like pros like CJ, Dom, Jay Clark. I've seen all of them dunk in person, and it's like nothing else.
yeah, it's completely different. So it's just like imagine me like just doing one handers and two handers. I walk in, Dan Gross is 360 inverter off the backboard every dunk, every session. He did that dunk like every session before he got hurt, and it's just like,
Every
it,
session?
yeah, it was like a warm up for him. It was literally a layup. It was like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And then Travis could do like hide and seeks behind the backs easy. Obi is trying like 540 off one. He's doing free throw line windmills, and I'm just like,
Ooh.
good God. And I'm just there doing like one and two handers. I'm like, I need to get better, bro. I'm like, this looks like so much fun.
I mean, it goes with the idea like if you surround yourself with like the right people, you'll just get better a lot faster.
Yeah,
And you
I
have
do
a
believe that.
and you have like I
Being
guess like a stronger mindset to like keep
yeah.
improving.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's kind of like why I kind of stopped dunking as much in the first place is because once I moved away to go to school, like I wasn't around Travis. I wasn't around anyone who like was there to get me dunking. It was just kind of like I was just doing my own thing. But as soon as I started going back to those sessions, it was just kind of like, okay, yeah, this is a lot of fun. And then Travis had obviously gotten a lot better during my like 4-year hiatus, and it was like, okay, sick. Because I was always better than Travis until like maybe like late high school. Once he started windmilling, he got better than me. But for the longest time, he was just trying to touch rim, and I was doing like one-hand punches and stuff. So when I stopped and then he passed me by a lot, like he got really, really good in the years I took off, I was just like, okay. I was like, I gotta get back into this, dude. This has been our thing our entire lives.
Yeah, man.
So, but yeah, it's been like just a ton of fun doing that. So definitely environmental factor is huge.
Yeah, being a product of your environment, man. It's a good thing for people to hear for sure. I'll ask you this. Before, like, what did being around those guys, like, if you could name a few things, being around those guys, what did they help you kind of realize and see what you couldn't see before? Like, what could you not see that they could see that they kind of taught you for you to be able to kind of see now?
Probably the importance of just focusing on the jump more than the dunk technique. Because I think the most common beginner mistake for like any trick dunk is just you're so focused on, okay, windmill. I just learned to push the ball with my opposite hand. You're so locked into that train of thought that you just kind of like forget to jump. And they hammered that into my head. Like you always kind of hear it because I think it's like a pretty common piece of advice. But I would do it when I thought I was jumping high. But they're like, you're still jumping low, bro. Like, you can jump higher than this. And then it's just like, okay. So I think the most important thing is they, like, pushed me. Like, they really were like, yeah, we're telling you this, but we're like, we're on you about this. Like, you're jumping too low, bro. And I'm just like, okay, fine. And then I jump higher, and then it's like, oh, I just hit my first windmill. And it's just like, okay. So it's one thing being told advice online, because I think, there's dunking these days, there's a ton of information online, which is super cool. But having, the in-person, getting pushed by people who are so much better at such a high level is very, very different. Because it's not just like some random guy walking to, because I've had people do that to me before. Some random hooper walks in like, nah, to East Bay, you got to do this. And I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about? But when it's, Dan, Jordan, Travis, whoever, I'm like, I'm going to listen to you. Yeah. So it's like, it's a lot more, it's just a lot more, the path is clearer, I guess. And they push you to do the right thing. And it's less trial and error on my part. Because I don't have to figure it out on my own. They just like, you're still jumping low. But if I didn't have that, I would have had to look at my phone mid-session and be like, I'm still 6 inches below the backboard. Which, that's like not something that admittedly I have done when I was dunking on my own. Like, I got lazy with that a lot. Especially when I was first learning to J-Rich, I like was not pushing myself as hard as I was being pushed when they were around me. So I would say that is probably the biggest contributor.
Man, that is like hearing that is awesome. That is so awesome to hear. Them pushing you to be better, and then all the probably a bunch of more little things that they taught you. It's again, being a product of your environment. That's like it's sounds like it's such an important thing for people to hear if they want to become the best they can possibly be. So that's like it's awesome for you to share that. But yeah, man, I'll say to end this off, what inspired you to what? Oh, go ahead.
I have a small question, just because I know you've been recently doing it. What gave you the idea to talk about like video game characters and like if they can jump higher than you?
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Like, low key, like when I first saw that, right?
It's interesting though.
Especially like what was it, Peppa Pig? That was the one that just got me fucking laughing my ass.
And bro, Ash Ketchum. Nah, when I saw that shit, bro, jumping over a mount, clearing a whole town, bro. What
Dude.
the hell? I did not know he was like that, dude.
I didn't either. That's what makes it
Bro,
fun
no,
to do.
I mean he wants to be the very best, bro.
Yeah, shit, I
Dude,
see
that
that.
was not talking about being a Pokemon trainer, apparently.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wants to be a gold medal Olympian.
Dude, like, sign him up, man. But yeah, like Darshil said, what inspired you to do that?
Yeah, so I grew up around video games more than anything. Like, so the reason I've done sports my whole life is mostly because my dad was like, do sports. And I was like 8, and I was like, okay. But
How tall is your dad, by the way? Just
How
curious.
tall is my dad? He's like 6 flat. 6 foot flat. My
okay,
mom's pretty
interesting.
tall. She's like 5'10", 5'11".
Oh, okay.
So
I
yeah,
see.
my height's from her side for sure.
Sick.
But yeah, so wait, hold on, let me regain my train of thought. Okay, yeah, so my brothers, I have 2 older brothers, and they're gamer nerds, to say the least. They're the people who got me into games. So I was always I always didn't really know if I was more of a nerd or an athlete my entire life. Because I was like, I'd go to school, I'd be like, athletic in gym class, whatever. And then I'd go home, and then I'd be playing like Pokemon with my brothers, playing Minecraft with my brothers, playing like Age of Empires 2, like these old strategy games, and I loved it. As soon as I got home, I was playing computer for like 5-6 hours a day. I wasn't doing a damn athletic thing at all. But and then it was always just kind of like a mix of doing a bit of both my whole life and always enjoying both. And then pandemic hit, of course, heavily leaned into the game stuff. That's when I did a lot of Minecraft speedrunning, which is a whole nother can of worms. But yeah, so I think games have just always been probably a bigger part of my life than athletics my entire life. They've always just been important to me. So I kind of thought of a way to try and combine the two, and it just took a lot of brainstorming, and eventually I made Can I Jump Higher Than Minecraft Steve? And it did good, but it didn't become a series until I was like, I'm just going to revisit this, because I was tired of making the same content that I always see everywhere else, because I don't know, I just kind of was like, ooh, 6 foot flat miss dunk, 6'5" make dunk, and I'm just like, okay, I'm tired of posting this. I posted the same clips with different captions, and it was worth trying. It did get me like a good amount of followers and stuff, but I was like, I want to be more creative. So I revisited the Can I Jump Higher Than stuff, and then it just kind of blew up. Like Peppa Pig was one of the first ones I did, because I was just like, what are popular fictional characters that I can use? The Ash Ketchum one was a very early one, and they got 2 million views. They're just getting a ton of views, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep making them. It's fun. I get to combine my love for video games or anime or whatever fictional stuff is out there, and then also my love for jumping high and dunking. So it's I got to combine my 2 worlds a bit, and it grows my social medias very well, and it's just fun. So that's kind of how that started, and then why I'm still doing it. I'm gonna research another one tonight and post it tomorrow. So
Nice, dude. Oh wait, no, you can't say it, can you?
I can
Yeah.
say it. Yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah, by the time we release it, it's gonna be out, you think, right?
Oh no, actually, yeah, no, you're right.
yeah,
What is
it's Celeste. If you've heard of that game, Madeline from Celeste.
Yeah.
It's a
mean, I
roguelike platformer game. It's a pixelated game, and it's a very, very popular speedrunning game that I have played and enjoyed. So I was like, okay, I have a lot of comments, so let's go and do it.
Dude, Ben, not gonna lie, I think you might be getting me back into games, cause I
Lock in one!
After no, it's because after a while, I would only play competitive games, and I would always get pissed when I'd play them. So I ended up growing a lot of resentment for playing video games, because they never really served me anymore. But now it's so now I do play I play more story games and stuff, but
Yeah.
I guess video games are fun. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a Minecraft server with my Discord community.
oh yeah,
So-
I'll put that in the description for you as well. 'Cause I actually do wanna join that. I need to get Minecraft again, because my last account got I don't know. I got lost. That was an old email. I got that shit like when I was super young. So yeah, man. And I also got banned on one of the servers for having a name that Minecraft allowed me to have.
What the heck?
So like, I don't know why. Yeah, it was Mineplex. I think it was Mineplex. Yeah,
Well,
it was.
that's a deep
I
cut.
don't. Yeah, I don't think it's a name I could say out loud, but yeah. So yeah. With that being said, what is your number one social media tip for dunkers specifically, or like if you have multiple tips, you can kind of let that out.
The best tip for me is just be creative. Like, like obviously there's a lot of small stuff like, yeah, you want good hooks. You want to like keep the viewer engaged by like asking questions and answering them later. But it's like just try and be someone that stands out. Cuz I think something that I'm glad you asked this question actually cuz it's been on my mind recently, especially with some of my friends. But it's like dunkers I think have a problem of posting like the same kind of content as everyone else. And unless you're like literally, Donovan Hawkins or the top tier guys, I feel like it's hard to get your dunks recognized. And you
Yeah.
have to do extra stuff, which is why I think doing like the podcasts like this and stuff is really cool because it's different. Like not everyone's doing the podcast, which is really cool. Like the Dunk Talk podcast is obviously Beyond Bounce, and I think there's a couple others
Dude,
I'm forgetting.
You messed up my streak. Yo, stop, man.
Cat?
You're messing. Yo, I don't know. Yo,
You good?
It says it's still recording, so I think we're okay.
Oh, what the?
Where did he go?
I swear, I feel like when we get to a point where we find an alternative to Riverside, we're just gonna book it at this point. Like, we've had too many times, right, where we've had like not half, like 10 minutes of our podcast is just basically diagnosed. Oh, what's up, Juan?
He's back.
yeah. My cat laid down on my keyboard and everything went to shit. So
Tale as old as time.
yeah.
That's
Um,
funny.
Yeah,
could you remind me of what you were finishing out with? Because you were looking going off.
I was propping you guys and all the other podcast
Oh, yeah.
creators for like being creative and doing something different.
Yeah.
Because I think it's something dunkers struggle with, and it's not to say that like, oh, I'm doing it so much better. It's hard, like it's difficult. I posted 8 shorts a day of just like the same content over and over again because I didn't know what to do. I was like trying to brainstorm unique ideas, and it was just really hard. Like if you didn't have a good raw clip of a dunk with like a crazy reaction or like I don't know, some other stuff that makes dunks go viral, it's like it's really hard to market that in a creative way. So I think just trying to find something like that for dunking is going to help the most. And it's something that obviously I figured out a formula for that's repeatable. It's like definitely like a gold mine because I'm never going to run out of fictional characters. But it's like just be creative and make yourself stand out. And in a way that's not just posting like raw dunks until you're like Jordan, then sure, post your like 360 roundhouse that no one else in the world has ever
Because then
done.
that's that creativity with the dunks.
Yeah,
It's like,
the creativity in the dunk. It's also just something no one else has done, and it's like, yeah, like
I mean,
that's
I
gonna
mean,
get views.
I mean, you've seen it with my stuff, Juan, with my content. Like,
yeah,
I do some goofy shit. Right.
And
yeah,
that's great. Do the goofy stuff.
yeah.
Like
Because it's
have
like
the goofy ideas.
because it's like those are like raw moments, right? That like beforehand I would kind of just cut them out. I wouldn't think about using them, but then I did use them. Like one time I was going super stupid, like super monkey mode, right? So I was like, you know what? Let's make this into an entire like reel. And I literally start the freaking reel off, just going like a freaking monkey, and then
Perfect, dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Especially like storytelling content does really good.
Yeah.
So like even storytelling dunks, like the whole like monkey mode storytelling stuff is gonna do better than just like raw dunk footage. It's
Yeah.
like that's the stuff that I really think the dunk community could benefit from. Because obviously we're still pretty small right now. We have our own, niche corner of the internet. Well, I think making that mainstream, like Billy is doing, if you see his recent content, he does all the voiceover stuff, talking about dunkers and He talks about like T Curry's past, I think is his recent one, and it's just like it's great content that anyone can enjoy because it's like a story you can follow along. And if you're not a dunker, raw footage of a dunk isn't going to be interesting unless, you know, you are a dunker. Like, obviously, I like following people's raw dunks because, you know, I get it. You know, as part of the journey, it's cool. But if you're not into it, it's hard to grow it. So I think, not to beat the dead horse, but, you know, be creative, tell a story that makes people want to listen. You know, try and pretend you're telling, like, your brother or your friend who has no idea what you're talking about, you know? Like, you know, this dunk made me go insane. Like, monkey mode. You can do something with that, dude. You have a funny reaction. You know, people can see you miss a windmill and you like freak out, and then you try again and eventually get, you know, I don't know. There's
Yeah.
ideas out there. It's hard as hell. Like, it's really hard to come up with that stuff, but I think it benefit the dunk community a lot, which is why I want people to do it so bad, because obviously I want the community to grow. So
Yeah, yeah, man. That's the main goal that I hope most people in the dunk community have, is to do something to help this grow. So thank you for that very beautiful piece of advice to end this off. Darshil, if you have anything else to ask, do you?
I don't. At least at this point in time, I
Uh,
don't.
yeah, man. So thank you for that. Thank you for taking your time to come on the podcast. For you guys that are watching, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, give us 5 stars. And yeah, man, hope to
true.
have you on again soon. And good luck with your journey, man. You're doing really good, and it looks like you're on a good path. So, yeah, thank you so much. Peace
Thanks
out,
for
guys.
having me.
Yeah, of
All right.
course. We'll see you guys in
See
the
you
next
guys.
podcast. Peace.
Later.